Okay, so today you're going to learn how to do your unit board. First thing I'm going to need you to do is to log into your e-learning account, like so. Even though it looks like it's not going through, this right here tells you that it's going through. So once you get to this page, you're going to go ahead and look at all your courses, and you're going to go on your textbook. Since my sample is in grade 4, you will see textbook D. Yours may say textbook E, C, or an F, but this one's labeled textbook D. So I'm going to click on this part. The next thing you're going to see here is your dashboard. And if you see, you may have several other ones. It may not be the same one as you, but the only course that we're looking for now is Science Discovery Textbook D. So you're going to click on that. And then you may notice Buzz has a new look, and you will see to this side what you have to do next. The part that I'm going to show you is how to do your unit board. And you notice in the first day you do not have a unit board. However, on the second day you do. So I'm going to click on this link. Then if you notice, this gives you the rules or directions on how to create your unit board. What you need to remember is that this is a whole unit, but in each unit you will have chapters, and this chapter is on astronomy. So I'm going to click on the link provided unit board. This is the only time you will see a link to your actual unit board. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on our unit board. It's going to take you into our unit board template. This is the only time you should need to use your template. Since I'm working in Science Book D, I see Science Book D. If you're working in Science C, you will see Science C or E or F. So first thing I need to do is click Use this template. Then, since I'm working in Science D, I'm going to go ahead and name it as my name. And I'm going to also label it Science D so that it saves as my name and Science D so that I know what I'm working in and what site that I'm working in and what subject. I know that I'm working in Science D. So then I'm going to go ahead and hit Create. So now that my site has saved, it brought me to this page, which you'll see it says Toby in Science D, which is exactly what I want. I see that I am in Science D. Here are all my units. So now my next important step is to come to this little gear. Then you're going to go to Sharing and Permissions. I don't want everyone to edit, and as you can see, who has access? Me. And anyone at eLearning can find and edit, which we don't want. So we're going to change this option by clicking on the link that says Change. Then we're going to go to anyone who has the link, because we do want our ECs to be able to view the link, but we don't want them to edit. And right now I'm letting anyone who has access to eLearning to edit. So we're going to go ahead and change it from Can Edit to Can View. Then I'm going to go ahead and save. You know that is saved once it comes to this page here, where you see here's your link to share your whole website. And now I see that it's changed to anyone can view, not edit. So now I'm ready to get my site going. Now if you look, I have Toby in Science D, and this is my web page. Now whenever you click on the links, you will see here's my unit, and here in bold are all my different chapters in my unit. I can go back home. I can click my next unit. And again, here are all my questions. And I can do the same for each unit here. I don't have to go to the home page. Or I can go back home. Now that I have created my new web page for my science textbook, now it's time for the fun part. It is time to edit. Since I'm working on objects in the sky, and if you don't remember which unit you're in, it's okay. Go back to Buzz, and it'll tell you objects in the sky. So I know that I'm in objects in the sky, and I'm in astronomy. So here we are, objects in the sky. I click on that link and here are all my chapters. The first chapter and the only chapter that I want to focus on right now is astronomy. So, how do we edit this? Here we are. If you click on these or hover over them, it tells you exactly which each one's for. And right now we're going to edit the page. Now, to edit. I don't need to keep these questions, but if you need them there until you've answered them, it's okay. I'm going to show you an example of what a page would look like if you've done it. Or should I say an example of the page. And here is an example of a page. Now to retrieve it, I'm logged in under Maddie Nakan, which she has created a page. So I'm going to go to these nice little dots. It's called an app button. I'm going to go to Google Sites, which if it's not here, go to More. You'll find it. I'm going to click on Sites. And as you can see, I have a few different sites. I know that I created a sample one to share and show you what could be done. So I'm going to click on Share. I'm going to go back to my objects in the sky. And this is an example of one that I have done. As you can see, this is just in the chapter for astronomy. And I've done all different kinds of things. I've changed the header. I've added a picture. I answered the very first question, but I did not leave the question. I paraphrased. I took the question and wrote a sentence with it. This was question 2. And I gave examples of the 3 different types of telescopes. And then finally, I even embedded a YouTube video. Then I hyperlinked the word Pluto because that was in my 3rd question, what I have learned in my astronomy lesson. And then I've also linked a picture. And this picture is going to show me the Big Bang Theory, which is another part of the question and answer for number 3. This is just an example of what should be done. I will show you in the next parts of the videos on how to do each one of these. I will show you how to create a picture, or should I say a header, how to add pictures, how to answer the questions and center them, how to embed a YouTube video, how to hyperlink words and pictures. So now that you've got the basic parts, if you're ready to move on, you can simply try and play around on your own, or you can simply watch part 2 of the lesson, which will show you how to start adding pictures and retrieving your page.